Hi, this is Chitkala. I'm an author, I'm a relationship coach, and I'm a sexual wellness coach too. Thank you so much, NetX, for giving me an opportunity to speak about my book, Beyond a Love Story. And also, thank you for giving me a chance to brief about my journey as an author. Let me give you a bit about my professional background. I'm an NLP and RBT certified life and relationship coach, and I'm on a mission to help millions of people find happiness in their relationship with my unique self transformation formula. I help people find happiness amidst imperfections. I teach them to lead the change and then transform other people around them. So, this is my mission, and this connects very much with my passion for writing. Because when I see more of life, I understand life. When I listen to stories of people, it enriches me as a writer, and that helps me to be a better writer as well as a better coach. So, though I'm here today, let me tell you that I'm a mechanical engineer, I'm an MBA HR, and I worked in market research for like 3 years. Let me give you a brief about my journey as a writer, and let me start from school days. When I was in fourth standard, I wrote my first script for a drama. It was about flowers, and it had short rhymes. You can say small poems, of 2 lines. So that was my first milestone of being a writer. In 7th standard, I composed my first poem, and then I realized that I had a heart of a poet. So when my school days ended and when I stepped in my college, in my 11th standard, I wrote a poem on female feticide. It got awarded as the best poem of the year across arts, commerce, science college in junior as well as senior sections. That motivated me to be a writer. So then I got busy with my studies. Then I went to my engineering college. During engineering days, I was very busy with studies, just like everyone else. And I got less time for all these things. But I explored more of life that time. I got enriched with different relationships. Like friendships, like love. Because I found my life partner that time. I also found my best friend that time. And that period of my life changed me a lot. It made me a different person. It showed me so many shades of human relations. And it also groomed me into a relationship coach because that was the time I experienced a lot related to love and friendship. When I went to my MBA college, I got an opportunity to be the editor of college magazine Bihan. It was then I started exploring writing on different platforms. I also started blogging around the same time. And then I started getting overwhelming response from people, from readers across the world. And my poetry started touching hearts of readers. And it motivated me to be an author. It motivated me to decide that yes, I am going to write my book one day. As an MBA HR, and when I started working as a market research analyst around the same time, I started writing on different platforms. It could be newspaper portals, it could be different blogs, and I started grooming myself as a writer. Around the same time, my mentor today, Sir Rakesh Anand Bakshi, who is also the son of the famous great lyricist Anand Bakshi, he started grooming me in a very different way. He gave me an opportunity to write a screenplay that groomed me as a writer, as a screenplay writer. He also gave me tips to improve my writing. He has a great influence on me and has always helped me whenever I had a problem or whenever I had a challenge during my journey as a writer. In 2018, I got an opportunity to write a story and screenplay for a short film. I was told to write a story on bestiality, that is, the sexual desires for an animal. I was shocked. I didn't know what to do because the topic was so weird and I found it so difficult that time. It was a taboo topic, and writing something on that meant a real challenge. So I thought, and then I came up with an idea. I wrote a story about a woman who was a widow and who had emotional as well as sexual feelings for her dog because she thought her husband's soul resided in the body of that dog. And you would be wondering how I took up this topic, but yes, I handled it with great care, with great sensitivity, and I took it to an emotional level. And then I showed how imperfections do lie in us and how human it is to be imperfect, even in such cases. So this short film that I wrote got screened at Cannes Festival, France. When this short film was screened at Cannes Festival, I realized that I could really do something and I was meant for this profession. This was my dream and I had to pursue it. At the same time, my once upon a time, the project that I did during my MBA days, my startup venture project of relationship counseling, it was bugging me that yes, I had to help people. I wanted to write. I had so many dreams and I wanted to accomplish all of them. And so I left my job and I decided to start something of my own. That was also the time I got pregnant, and I decided to write my first book during my maternity break, my first baby as I call it. My second baby, my startup venture, that is Chitkala's Gateway to Happiness, which I founded to spread happiness. So these two babies started growing just like the third baby in my womb. And that was also the time Beyond a Love Story was born in every sense. Here I would like to share how this germ of Beyond a Love Story was born. One fine sunny afternoon, I was heading to an event called Human Library, and I met a gay called Sagar there. This guy, Sagar Barvi, he became great friends with me. And later I was interviewing him as a writer or as a life coach, you can say. And I was just interested to understand what happened in his life and what challenges he faced as a gay and what all painful things happened in his life and many other things. So while speaking with me, while pouring his heart out, he said one thing. Chitkala, there have been many girls in my life who said to me that I want to marry, though I can't marry you, I want to stay with you. And I want to spend my life with you. When he said this to me, I realized that, oh yes, I can write something that goes beyond sexuality. Because always, till I started writing my first book, I always wanted to write something that challenges the existing social norms or that creates a broader perspective towards relationships and tells people what is true love, etc., etc. So before I started writing my first book or first fiction novel, I had a thought of writing a book of short stories. When I got the germ of this story, I was parallelly writing a short story book. I had 10 to 12 stories which talked about love as sacrifice, companionship, and freedom. But when this story struck me, I realized that this had immense potential. And when I actually started writing it, it just went on pages after pages. And that was the time I decided to stop writing short stories and take this particular story ahead, because it encompassed all the things that I wanted to mention, all the things that I wanted to explore in all these stories. So now it's time for me to talk about my book Beyond a Love Story. With all the curiosity that has aroused in your mind, now I'm going to talk about what exactly Beyond a Love Story is about. Beyond a Love Story is a story of a gay boy and a straight girl. This story explores the possibility of a new family system that challenges the conventions of current system. It shows how true love transcends the boundaries of age, gender, and sexuality. It talks about a system that will be purely based on companionship and love. Now you must be wondering, what is this new family system? What is this new concept? So there's so many people out there who are heartbroken. There's so many people who do not have life partners in their lives. There's so many people who do not want to produce children. What about them? We have a conventional family system that a man and a woman, they come together and they produce children, and that is a family. But family can be beyond this. A plant and a man can be a family. A pet and a man can be a family. And in this context, it's very important to understand that a family, the purpose of a family is to provide emotional support. So a family should be based on emotional bond or companionship rather than being based on reproduction. Though it is something against nature. I'm not saying that the current system is wrong, but it's very important to also think about other people who cannot be a part of this system, who suffer from loneliness, who suffer from depression, who have so many emotional problems just because they don't have a family. So I am talking about a concept of family system which will be truly based on emotional connection and companionship. Now I'm going to read the blurb of the story for you. Samir, seduced by his elder cousin Tanmay, gets carried away in a sexual relationship with him. Preeti, Samir's childhood friend and tutor, finds solace in her bond with Samir. It has ripened over years. However, when Samir, who is gay, finds his soulmate Abhijit, Preeti goes through an intense turmoil. And here, the love triangle comes into the picture. This beginning in Samir's life exposes him to a canvas of suffering, revealing the true meaning of love, companionship, family, and sacrifice. And this turns tables and brings twists in the tale. Being a relationship coach, I have brought out nuances of emotions in relationships in this book. I've also talked about gray areas in relationships here. Because whenever a person suffers from a lot of pain, it's very much likely that a person can go astray. A person can do immoral things. A person can do so many things that are not right in the normal moral context of the society. Through this book, I'm trying to bring out that before a gay is gay, or it could be a person of any gender, I'm trying to show that any person of any gender is a human being first. Just like us, that person has got emotions, that person has got desires to find a life partner, that person has ambitions, that person has heartbreaks, that person also goes through immoral things. Not because he's a gay, but because he's a human being. Not because he's wrong, but because certain situations mold him in a certain way. So all in all, I just want to tell you that I have brought realities into this novel so that we all understand how natural it is, how human it is to commit mistakes. I want to tell you that this novel is a reflection of many emotions, many lives that I have seen as a life coach. And not just that, you would wonder how this girl got into the skin of a gay. The reason is I have felt each and every emotion of LGBTQ people because they have been my clients, because they have been telling me the challenges they have faced in their lives. I have felt and lived all these emotions while writing this book. And while writing this book, I have actually experienced all the things that a gay could experience with my empathy that I developed out of relationship coaching. So this is how my profession has helped me to become a writer. And my writer has also helped me become a better professional. I would like to tell all the budding writers that remember, life is your greatest teacher. If you want to learn anything, experience your life to the fullest. Experience all those emotions, all those feelings that you get out of the experiences in your life. And that is how you'll become a better writer, because a writer needs a lot of understanding about all these things. So life will teach you, you learn, and then see how it gets reflected in your books, in your writings, in your poetry, or whatever you write.